Don't do that! Ah, come on, Silent Sofie. Your movies are just the worst. Do you get some kind of sick pleasure out of making me watch this dreck? Fine. Let's just get this over with. What do you have for me today? 2002's Death Factory. A bunch of kids go snooping around an abandoned... All right, I don't need to hear anymore. Okay, sleaze docket, go. We got 10 dead bodies, 12 cups blood, 4 naked breasts. Let's check it out, cliche. I'll be right back, cliche. Falling while running from the killer, cliche. Old factory cockblockery. Spiky claw cockblockery. Ominous dirt stabbing. 1 scratchy disemboweling. 1 heartectomy. 3 chewed throats. 2 clawed throats. 1 clawed and chewed throat. Clawed balls. Chest scratchy. Face scratchy. 2 thumb-gouged eyes. 1 indeterminate scratchy death. Repeated knife to the throat. Rock to the skull. 1 sex scene. Tom Peepery. Camera blood spray. 1 slappy cat fight. 44 seconds of killer recapery. Slowest credit scroll ever. And 139 seconds of a disgusting jizz pig. So what we've got here is your standard cast of unlikable dickheads go party somewhere they clearly shouldn't go and end up getting killed script. Now normally, I don't mind that tried and true formula, but this one is just really not good. It's poorly acted, poorly shot, special effects are practically non-existent, not one character is likable, and they cast this piece of shit. But let's get with the actual details. We begin with a couple playing in the industrial park, next to an abandoned chemical plant. I mean, I get that not every town has a makeout point or some dirt road surrounded by cornfields, but is this nasty fucking scene really where you want to smash your giggly bits? The girl is fascinated by the building and insists on going inside to snoop around. The dude clearly has his head on straight and wants to leave. And that's about the only plus I'll give this movie, not making this dweeb think solely with his schlong in a clearly dangerous situation. Unfortunately, she's a mean bitch who keeps emasculating him so she can sniff bottles and get tetanus. Eventually, we get a little skin when the two find the grossest couch I've seen this side of an episode of Hoarders. A clawed hand comes into the room and spooks the dude, and the girl takes off to have a cigarette after being a bitch some more. She immediately gets grabbed by a pair of gnarly clawed hands, and the guy goes looking for her. He finds her covered in blood, but still alive, and the guy is tickled to death. We cut to a couple of 30-year-old high school girls. Actually, that's not fair. Only the one on the right is 30. Eventually, they manage to get us introduced to the whole cast who are looking to partay tonight at Francis's house while his parents are gone for the weekend. Unfortunately, when they get to the house, he notices his folks are still there as their plans got changed at the last minute. So they all meet up at the park, and Louisa suggests they go party at the old abandoned factory on the edge of town.
Don't worry, I've been there millions of times. I used to hang there when I was a teenager.
Yeah, all the way back in 1991 or earlier. Reluctantly, they all agree to the plan and Louisa stabs the ground. Right, so she's intentionally luring them all to her deaths, right?
You are correct, sir. Yes!
We cut to a bum staggering around, played by a human bag of rancid puke, who goes inside and gets offed about 2 minutes after he's introduced. So at least the movie quickly fixes the mistake they made in hiring this garbage bag of bile. Our teens show up, and the rest of the movie is them slowly walking down the halls of an abandoned building and hanging out in 3 rooms or so. Eventually, Buzzkill Troy catches us up on the urban legend surrounding the building after finding some papers that tip him off, and he tells the tale of the incident at Dyson Chemical.
About 15 years ago, Dyson used to own this building. They were manufacturing experimental drugs. They told the public it was pharmaceuticals, but they were actually developing biological weapons. Real top secret stuff. One of the workers got contaminated and got so sick she had to quit. Dyson denied responsibility, of course. It was a terrible scandal.
Standard spooky story shit, never found the killer, blah, blah, blah. So the kids break off alone. We get a little more skin, some drugs and alcohol, and a lot of wandering around the same 3 or 4 rooms. About 45 minutes in, the killer starts offing people with special guest star Blood Pump Effects hose. Eventually, it's down to Rachel and Louisa starts spilling her guts completely unprompted. Turns out the goofy metallic killer is Louisa's sister named Alexa. She worked for the chemical factory and got exposed to some chemicals, getting sicker all the time. And Louisa has been feeding her victims ever since. Whoa, hang on. Time out here. Let's rewind this whole thing. So Louisa was going to sacrifice her best friend Rachel until the original party plans fell through. Suddenly, she's faced with an entire high school buffet of victims that she didn't plan for. Okay, fine. So how does the movie explain this?
Oh, shit.
I mean, one could argue that reacting to the bloody jacket like she does would be the natural thing to do, pretending to be surprised. But why react at all? Couldn't she just hide the fucking thing? And then when she runs into Francis, she actually warns them something bad happened. Why would she do this? She's priming them to expect bad shit. Wouldn't it be better to keep everyone in the dark? Now that everyone else is thinking something went down, they immediately put up their guard. Surely it'd be a lot easier to get everyone killed by hiding the evidence instead of reacting to it. I'm guessing they wanted this to be some amazing twist at the end, but it's just really poorly planned and doesn't make any sense at all. Thus, it's completely undeserved. Anyway, back to the movie. Eventually, Alexa attacks Louisa and kills her. Rachel escapes, but trips going up the stairs. Alexa pounces, but fortunately Louisa's knife is right there, and Rachel stabs her in the throat a few times. She collapses, and Rachel gets out of the building. Naturally, this one isn't going to skip the killer comes back for one more jump scare cliche. But it was all a dream. Or at least that last part was. Rachel wakes up in the hospital 5 days later. The doctor tells her that police found her wandering down the road near the factory. A detective asks her some questions about what happened before admitting that they found 8 bodies. Rachel then recaps the fucking movie, slowly counting the victims, before realizing that Alexa should have been dead body number 9.
She's still alive.
And we get a plodding, padding walk through the factory knowing goddamn well what's coming. We turn the corner and, oh no, Alexa, it can't be. I don't believe it. Honestly, the only thing that's horrifying about this ending is I finally realized why Alexa looks so fucking familiar to me. The end. And cue up the slowest fucking credits I've seen in a long time. And yet, even though we have 5 minutes to look at them, they're so poorly rendered, you probably need that entire time to read the damn things. Wow. Just wow. This was just really bad. And you know me, I don't mind bad as long as it's entertaining. This one just... no. No. I think the worst part about this is how undeveloped the character of Alexa was. Just some slapped together urban legend and a quick recap that's actually just repeating a lot of the information. So she was exposed to some chemicals. Why does she have metallic teeth? Why does she wear metallic erector set gloves? I feel like there was an opportunity for some legitimate storytelling, like expanding on the flashback instead of it just being an opportunity for some more meaningless, flimsy death. Don't get me wrong, I love meaningless, flimsy death when it's done well. But most of this one just looks like a tickle fight that went too far.
Elmo is one ticklish monster.
When I went to dig up some more info about this one, I noticed IMDb.com listed this one as having an estimated budget of $5 million. Now, I'm no expert on budgets and what it costs to make a movie, but how in the blinking blue blazes did this fucking turd cost $5 million? I'm assuming it's wrong information, like some asshole user posted it and no one's cared enough about the movie to correct it. But in an effort to find out the truth, let's see what other movies came out in 2002 and what's printed on their price tags. How about Bubba Hotep? That one cost $1 million. Cabin Fever, $1.5 million there. May cost $1.7 million. Dog Soldiers, $3 million. Ju-On the Grudge, $3.7 million. So either the information is wrong or someone got one fucking amazing paycheck. And this is another one where the vast majority of the cast doesn't have much other work to mention. The one exception would be the scritchy, scratchy, neasty, nasty herself, Alexa, played by Tiffany Shepis. She got her start in Tromeo and Juliet. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Now that he's super fucking popular and hot, we now have to call that one James Gunn's Tromeo and Juliet. She was also in Terror Firmer, Sis and Toxie, The Toxic Avenger 4, Sharknado 2, Tales of Halloween, Victor Crowley, and 5 episodes of Picard. Man, some of these movies are feeling a lot more like endurance challenges than amusement. But this is the life I've chosen. I can't just watch the good stuff from the trash bin. So here's hoping we don't run into Silent Sofie again anytime soon, because it sure seems like she's always got the rotten reels. Fingers crossed we find something a tad more tolerable next round. And until I greet you then, this is your old pal Sugar Pants. See you in your dreams.